From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Wednesday morning. It is another foggy start out there. Looks like we'll have to contend with fog over the next few days. Shower chances finally returning for this week, and it doesn't look like they'll be too impressive, but at least it's something. And the high temperature is not really going to budge all that much, as they'll continue to be very mild over the next 7 days. Right now, you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart, and the view kind of being obstructed by some of these low-lying clouds. One valley over in the Kittitas Valley, we're still seeing that very thick fog. Sort of the same thing for the Blue Foothills, not as thick as it was yesterday morning in Walla Walla, but we're seeing some down a little bit closer to Pendleton. We'll continue to track this as it ebbs and flows all throughout the morning. Temperatures this morning in the 30s and 40s. It doesn't matter if you're in the mountains, in the basin, or in the valleys, all of us in the 30s or 40s. Here's your hourly forecast for this Wednesday for the Tri-Cities. We're thinking the fog, where it does develop, is mostly going to lift around lunchtime. After that, we'll be left with mostly cloudy skies. But in spite of that, it's still going to be a mild day, as high temperature is going to get up into the 40s and 50s. But we're tracking the fog over the next couple days. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, a stabbing in Kennewick leaves one man dead, another under arrest. Coming up, what police say happened and why investigators say the people involved knew each other.
Plus, workers at Yakima Memorial Hospital enter a third week on strike, and this morning we'll break down where negotiations stand and what it could mean for workers and patients. All the details ahead.
And a bill that could change where sexually violent predators are placed faces a key hearing today. This morning, we'll hear why supporters and neighbors say the stakes are high. It's all coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Jade Elliott. It is Wednesday, February 4th, making it to the middle of the week.
That's right. It's hump day, and we have a lot of news to get to. And we do want to start with the crime alert this morning. This is Kennewick police are investigating a deadly stabbing that happened late on Monday night.
Officers called to a parking lot in the 3000 block of West Kennewick Avenue. They went out around 9:30, originally called out for a disturbance, and when they got there, they found 26-year-old Al Jabori, who'd been stabbed. Officers rendered medical aid, but unfortunately, he was pronounced dead at the scene.
Police arrested 27-year-old Abdullah Hussein, and investigators say the people involved knew each other.
Most of our investigations hinge on cooperation from our community members, witnesses, people who hear about information and then provide that to the Kennewick Police Station.
Major crimes detectives are continuing to investigate this morning.
Police ask if you have any information to contact them at Kennewick Police Department directly or submit an anonymous tip at kpdtips.com.
Now continuing our coverage on the technical workers at the Yakima Memorial Hospital as they now enter their third week on strike over a contract dispute with their employer MultiCare. Two sides holding their third bargaining session since the strike started, now with union leaders saying they are negotiating to regain lost benefits. In a statement sent to Apple Valley News Now, the hospital says it is, quote, encouraged by some progress at the table over the past 3 sessions, but significant issues remain. The hospital says it will fully remain staffed and open as the strike continues.
5:03 and looking ahead today, as a new bill is headed to a Senate committee this morning that would limit where less restrictive alternative homes or LRA homes can go. And right now, Kennewick neighbors say they're paying close attention.
Please sign in pro.
State Senator Nikki Torres is urging residents to sign in pro for Senate Bill 6339, legislation that would limit where sexually violent predators can be placed inside communities.
We need everyone to go in and vote on this so that they can mark it as pro, so that our legislators have as much to work with as possible.
The push comes as concerns grow locally over potential less restrictive alternative homes, known as LRAs, moving into residential neighborhoods like this one in Kennewick, right at 8th and Edison.
Is that correct?
At this week's Benton County Commissioners meeting, which was held on Tuesday morning, one resident raised those fears during public comment.
We spoke about ordinances, and I wanted to see if we could improve our ordinance or we had an existing ordinance already in place.
Commissioner Alvarez says the county is now reviewing its ordinances and comparing them with other counties hoping to tighten rules and prevent those facilities from popping up near homes and schools. Other leaders, like Franklin County Administrator Brian Dansel, say they are also working on possible changes.
So what has it done to us? It's been a wake-up call. We're getting ready to understand kind of the implications of this, and are there things that we can do through zoning? First of all, try to keep it from being here to the best of our ability. Second of all, if it's going to come here, we don't want them around kids in schools.
At the state level, Representative Roger Goodman, chair of the House Community Safety Committee, tells me the Department of Social and Health Services shares some of the blame for how placements have been handled, and he's open to examining new legislation next year.
Yeah, I must say that I am disappointed in the Department of Social Health Services managing this program not very competently. This situation where communities are in an uproar without sufficient notice and feeling fear about their families' safety has happened over and over again. But nevertheless, we will bring folks around the table for as long as it takes to find some consensus on this.
Meanwhile, neighbors say they plan to show up and make their voices heard on Wednesday.
And you had literally a couple of days. What has that been like?
So I think at this point, that's kind of our new normal. That's great. So everything that's happened along with this LRA has been last minute. We've been able to rally the troops and get people where they need to be.
And the committee hearing on Senate Bill 6339 starts at 8 a.m. this morning. Residents can sign in online to support or oppose the bill, and we'll of course keep you updated as we learn more.
Looking to state legislature now as concerns over offender oversight are already front and center in the Tri-Cities. A bill moving through Olympia could soon change how Washington supervises people convicted of stalking.
This as lawmakers say now is the time to close gaps in the system. Apple Valley News Now.
Stalking victims say the fear doesn't end when a sentence does. But under current Washington law, people convicted of stalking aren't always supervised once they're released back into the community. That's the gap House Bill 2510 aims to close.
No, this really came from true stories of women that had lived a horrible situation from stalking and feared for their lives. This bill isn't just about prevention. It's as much about accountability.
The bill would require the Department of Corrections to supervise under community custody individuals convicted of domestic violence stalking, adding conditions, monitoring, and accountability. Supporters say the timing is critical, especially as communities like Kennewick grapple with concerns over offender placement and supervision.
People want to know that their communities are safe from predators, and they want to know that our state and our local governments are doing something to hold people accountable to keep our children and our loved ones safe.
Victims and advocates testified in a committee in January, sharing stories of living in constant fear after offenders were released without supervision.
I was diagnosed with depression and PTSD. I was never able to sleep in my bedroom again.
Lawmakers say those voices helped push the bill forward Monday with bipartisan support.
We see you, we hear you, we want to make your life safe, we want to give you peace of mind so you can go about your business without having to walk in fear and checking your back. You matter to us.
House Bill 2510 now moves to the next step in the legislative process. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
And if passed, the bill would add stalking convictions to the list of offenses requiring Department of Corrections supervision after release.
And Burnett says he'll continue working with victims and advocates as the legislation moves forward. And keep it here because coming up next, they're famous for predicting the weather, but groundhogs have a lot more in common with us than you might think. From winter hibernation to the seasonal blues, why colder, darker days can take a toll and what actually helps. We're breaking it all down this morning in your health news after the break.
And giving you a live look outside this morning, this one from our Dust Devils camera in Pasco. When we come back, Chief Meteorologist Josh Culver is going to break down your first alert forecast, let you know what you can expect as you head out the door this morning.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Brace your taste buds. Don't miss out on the new DQ $6.99 Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket. A spicy, bold heat, served with a side of our cool, sweet DQ soft serve as a dip. All for just $6.99. Plus, try a sweet, spicy sip of lemonade made with tahini. It's the new Spicy menu for a limited time, only at DQ.
Welcome to KVH Orthopedics, now in our newly renovated space that's modern and welcoming, with appointments available when you need them. Our state-of-the-art facility and advanced technology provide expert diagnostic and surgical care. Our team is with you every step of the way, helping you get back to the life you love. Experience the next level of orthopedic care at KVH. Schedule your appointment today. Kittitas Valley Healthcare, your home for health.
Really? At this rate, we're going to have to take out a second mortgage.
Don't worry, this is Grocery Outlet. Saving big's kind of the thing.
He's right. You'd be surprised how much you can get for less here. Try this. Grocery Outlet is your extreme value headquarters. Tackle high prices for the big game with assorted 12 packs of Pepsi for only $2.99 each. No instant replay needed. This deal is only available until February 10th while supplies last. Hurry to your local Grocery Outlet today.
Grocery Outlet Bargain Market.
Congratulations, Dave. You just won $1,000 for Camo Dave Ministry as part of our Volunteers Count contest.
We encourage the public to get involved, and that's how this exists.
To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Let's do it. Let's move in.
We're never gonna have to say goodbye ever again. Happy Valentine's Day.
Heard you're moving into my old apartment. You're my tenant now. Where's my money? That's not at all how that works.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We'll continue to have these patchy areas of fog through Friday. It does look like a series of storm systems or boundaries at the very least will shake up our atmosphere just enough to break us out of this pattern. But for the next few days, we can anticipate fog and being trapped underneath that layer of stratus clouds. So the fog continues to be in the Kittitas Valley, and for the Blue Foothills, we'll see how this area stretches out throughout the rest of this morning. But in the Yakima Valley and the Lower Columbia Basin, do not let your guard down, because we could definitely see some foggy starts there as well. Here's our best guess at what the fog is going to do for today. We're thinking for most spots it should lift around lunchtime, but in the Walla Walla Valley, if yesterday was any indication, it looks like the fog's going to hang around throughout much of the day. And then for tomorrow, we're just going to go with the same thing. Most of the fog lifting by 12 p.m. except for in the Blue Foothills, in the Walla Walla Valley of the Blue Foothills. But this is subject to change. As I always say on this program, fog is very difficult to forecast for. Okay, the avalanche danger has shrunk. It's still considerable for the west north and for the west central slopes, but closer to our viewing area proper, we're just seeing low to moderate avalanche danger. So definitely some good news there. But the primary avalanche type for today will continue to be wet, loose snow, heavy wet snow, slides from sunshine or rain. So considerable avalanche danger. Once again, it means natural avalanches are possible. Human-triggered avalanches are likely. And if you're going to be headed up that way for today, going into the backcountry, careful snowpack evaluation, cautious route finding, conservative decision-making, all essential. But thankfully for tomorrow, it looks like all the forecast zones are going to go to either moderate or even lower than that. As we head into this weekend, shower chance is going to come back. It doesn't look like it's going to be too impressive, but hey, at least it's something. We'll talk about why this is happening coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, 514, and talking health this morning. If you're not too happy with Punxsutawney Phil's prediction, you're not alone.
Many people tend to feel a big change in their mood and motivation during winter months, and whether Phil's right or not, there are things you can do to give your blahs a boost.
In this morning's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has more on how to beat the 6 more weeks of winter blues.
They do more than just predict the weather. Groundhogs whistle when alarmed. They're the largest member of the squirrel family, have a constant need to gnaw, and if you hide out to survive harsh winters, you have more in common with these guys than you may realize.
As humans, we're animals too, so we can be vulnerable to hibernation, and some people are just much more vulnerable.
Clinical psychologist Craig Sawchuk with Mayo Clinic says when it's dark and cold outside, it's not uncommon for people to feel the winter blues. Symptoms may include wanting to sleep more, a drop in energy, feeling sad or down, having heavy limbs, and craving carbohydrates, which may lead to weight gain.
And then the spring and summer months, we get back to our usual baseline.
Whether feels right or not, you can beat the blues before spring is sprung. First, Sawchuk says lifestyle factors like exercising, staying connected, and maintaining a regular sleep schedule while avoiding oversleeping can all help. So can light therapy. He says using a light box can improve your mood. There's also cognitive behavioral therapy and medication management.
When those symptoms start to become more prominent, they start to cause problems in day-to-day living, then that's when we look at a difference between just having winter blues versus actually being a problem of clinical concern.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Of course, symptoms can make it hard to take care of things around the house, too. They get in the way of being able to do productive work, or if you notice you're withdrawing from others.
And experts say that is when you should see a medical provider who can help. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, and take some vitamin D.
Oh, yeah.
Get one of those sun lamps.
We need sun.
We need sun.
Josh should let us know if we're going to see some sun, and he's going to do that in just a few minutes. Right after the break, that first alert full weather forecast. Hopefully, more sun. Sun, please.
I think he's saying no with his face.
He's facing away from us.
That's a hard no.
When I made my Botox Cosmetic appointment,
I was nervous that I might look overdone.
I wanted results that looked like me.
what was important to me was that I still look like me, just with fewer lines.
I'm happy with my results.
So happy that my results are natural looking. Booking a consultation, it's a way to take time for you.
Botox Cosmetic effects may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow, eyelid drooping, or swelling. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
I'm the one and only Delphina.
I'm the one and only Olivia.
And I'm the one and only Claire. And I got treated with the one and only Botox Cosmetic.
Find a licensed Botox Cosmetic specialist at BotoxCosmetic.com.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Apple Valley Eats.
At Legends Casino Hotel, we believe the perfect meal begins long before it reaches the table. That's why we partner exclusively with Royal Ranch, a family farm right here in Washington. From Royal Ranch to Legends, every cut of beef we serve begins on land cared for by people who believe in feeding their community responsibly. These cattle are pasture-raised, nourished through a regenerative loop that gives back to the soil and sustains the planet. For us, it's more than food. It's tradition, it's respect for the land, and pride in the people who make it possible. Treat yourself to all-natural pasture-raised, flame-broiled steaks, or melt in your mouth succulent prime rib. Try one of our towering burger creations, the legendary Mount Hood and Mount Adams. Stacked high with all your favorite fixing to satisfy the heartiest appetites and deliver a flavor experience that's bold, memorable, and unmistakably Northwest. From the first sizzle to the last bite, every dish tells a story. Taste the trust. Taste the tradition. Taste Royal Ranch beef, proudly crafted and executed by our culinary trained professionals at Legends Casino Hotel in Toppenish, Washington. Always local, always better, always legendary.
Seattle Kraken Hockey, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We will have some shower chances this week, and it doesn't look like the rain output is going to be too impressive. But okay, so over here, you see my hand over here over the Pacific Northwest. This area of high pressure continues to dominate the Pacific Northwest, but now will travel deep into the Pacific. It's this storm system right here that's going to end up impacting us as we head into the weekend. So let's go ahead and talk about those precip chances for the Yakima Valley. Low wind chances for Saturday. It looks like the wettest day is probably going to be on Sunday, but only a 40% chance. And then a matching 10% chance Saturday to Monday. It looks like we'll be dry by the time we get to Tuesday. Okay, this could be a little bit of a wintry storm system, not for lower elevations, but for the mountains from 4 a.m. on Sunday to 4 a.m. next Wednesday. Maybe a few inches of snow for White Pass and Snoqualmie Pass, maybe a few more inches of snow for Oregon 204 at Tollgate. But folks, considering where a snowpack is for the time being, we need a lot more than this. I would want this to say 20 to 30 inches. Now, obviously, this is good news for pass travel, but again, we need the mountain snowpack very, very badly. Okay, the forecast staying mild in spite of the high pressure breaking down a little bit as we head into the weekend. The high temperatures are going to stay pretty consistent. So for today into the 40s and 50s, not just for lower elevations, but also up in the mountains. And that's going to help to melt down our snowpack even more. So that is obviously not great news. And then for tonight, all of us dropping down into the 30s, 34 for the Tri-Cities, 33 for Yakima, 31 below freezing in Ellensburg. And then in terms of the high temperatures, like I mentioned, staying fairly steady over the next 7 days, bouncing anywhere between 47 to 51 for the Yakima Valley. So that's about 3 to 7 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. And then in terms of the overnight lows, bouncing anywhere between 31 to 38, which is about 6 to 13 degrees warmer than normal for the beginning of February. So keeping it mild and keeping it mostly dry, although of course the weekend is the caveat. So here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Foggy to mostly cloudy through Friday, then rain chances start back up this weekend. For Yakima, highs staying steady around 50 degrees, but maybe some rain to look forward to Saturday through Monday. For Ellensburg, rain looking likely on Sunday with small rain chances for Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday. Then for Hermiston, foggy, gloomy, dry, and mild through Saturday, then maybe shaking things up by Sunday. And finally for Walla Walla, it looks as if the fog and clouds aren't going anywhere over the next few days, but a slightly different pattern by the weekend.
At 5:22, check this out. The Cola Wars are back for Super Bowl Sunday. We've got a sneak peek at Pepsi's ad for the Super Bowl. Take a look.
You're not the only one.
Okay, that is a mood. So the ad features a polar bear, which Coca-Cola has used in commercials for many years.
The bear takes a blindfolded Pepsi challenge, like you just saw, and learns he prefers Pepsi Zero, which takes him on a road of self-discovery.
The ad was directed by Oscar-winning director Taika Waititi, who has a cameo as the therapist in the ad. That is funny. Yeah, those polar bears have been used in Coca-Cola commercials since the dawn of time.
That's a good one.
I like it.
Coca-Cola's got to fire back.
A little self-reflection.
I am a Pepsi girl over Coca-Cola, though. How about you guys?
Coke. Definitely Coke.
Coke girl?
Yeah, no,
Coke gal. Yeah.
I'm girly. I'm not really a soda drinker, so it just kind of depends. Like,
You're
I
healthy.
love.
Okay. I can't talk to you anymore.
It's going to be diet on either side. I'll take a Diet Pepsi or a Diet Coke, but it's got to be like.
I've heard Coke Zero tastes the exact same.
Yeah,
I haven't
Coke
tried
Zero
it.
does.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
I have got to try
Yeah,
that. Okay.
Coke Zero.
If they ask me, if the waiter or the waitress asks me, is Pepsi okay? I just kind of stare at them, you know. And then
I know some people like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will take the Pepsi.
Yeah, no, it's
better.
Mostly, it's a mixer. It's a cocktail mixer situation.
Oh,
So,
okay.
You know?
Yeah. Anything's good with
Just
that,
crack
right?
open a can. Oh, still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. From reality TV to real-world politics, The Hills star Spencer Pratt officially jumping into the race for LA mayor.
And while football dominates the headlines, one big competition already has a winner. We have what that competition is and who that is coming up in your entertainment news after the break.
For 50 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, spreading love and beauty for every occasion. This Valentine's season, express your heart with our stunning custom floral arrangements, vibrant live plants, elegant silk florals, and charming home decor. Our experienced designers are passionate about helping you create the perfect bouquet that says I love you in an unforgettable way. Visit us today on Clearwater in Kennewick. Celebrating love is what we do best, and we can't wait to help you make this Valentine's Day extra special. Shelby's Floral, we're more than just your flower shop.
Meet Jan. She's enjoying a beautiful day outdoors with friends and family. She's also managing her type 2 diabetes by taking Jardiance, the little pill with a big story to tell. You see, once daily Jardiance can help lower your A1C. Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can reduce the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
So ask your doctor about Jardiance, the little pill with a big story to tell.
Experience Las Vegas headliner and America's Got Talent sensation Terry Fader live at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. 2 fun shows, 1 epic night on Saturday, February 14th. The Pure Imagination Show brings comedy, music, and jaw-dropping ventriloquism together for a magical laugh-out-loud performance. Terry Fader brings a night of fun and laughs during this must-see show. Tickets are on sale now at wildhorseresort.com or on the app. Pure Imagination is pure entertainment. See Terry Fader only at Wild Horse Resort and Casino.
At Good Shepherd, we're your primary care providers from the time your baby is born to caring for loved ones in older age. We're with your family every step of the way. With specialty services like kidney and heart care, urology, orthopedics, and cancer treatment, we provide the care you deserve close to home. And when life takes an unexpected turn, our urgent care team is here for you 7 days a week because your health can't wait. Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Patients first, always.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, reality TV star Spencer Pratt has formally entered the race for LA mayor.
Yeah, Tuesday, with a casual t-shirt and his wife's name on it, he filed the official paperwork with the city clerk's office. The Hills star announcing his campaign last month while marking 1 year since the Palisade fires.
Pratt lost his home in the fire and has been a vocal critic of the city. Incumbent Mayor Karen Bass and former Los Angeles Unified School District Superintendent, that's a title, Austin Buettner, have also declared their intentions to run. Billionaire developer Rick Caruso exited the race last month.
And talking Super Bowl now, Turning Point USA has announced the lineup for its Super Bowl halftime show, and it's a star-studded lineup.
The show will be headlined by Kid Rock and also feature country artists Brantley Gilbert, Lee Brice, and Gabby Barrett. The show is being put on by the conservative organization as an alternative to the NFL's halftime show.
Kid Rock says it's for people who don't want to see Bad Bunny wear a dress and sing in Spanish. The Puerto Rican performer expected to sing almost entirely in Spanish during the Super Bowl halftime show.
Turning Point USA will stream its show on its social channels. And while there has been a lot of Super Bowl buzz this morning, another big competition has already crowned its champion, and this one went to the dogs.
Penny, the Doberman Pinscher, was named Best in Show at the 2026 Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show just last night. Emerging from the working group, Penny beat out nearly 2,500 other canines spread across 7 different groups containing more than 200 breeds.
She's the 42nd female and 5th Doberman to win the top prize at Westminster, and the 150th edition of America's oldest continuously held dog show was once again staged in New York City at Madison Square Garden.
And the Best in Show winner is selected by a single judge. The judge decides between the winners of the respective 7 varying groups.
What a pretty dog.
You know, she has poise.
Yes.
She's got everything.
The posture, the
I'm
poise.
not surprised, yeah. Just So classy.
She came to win.
Yeah, and she did.
And she did. All right, still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. City leaders vote to move ahead with plans for Pasco's new aquatic center. How a new agreement could shape operations when it opens later this year. We have what you need to know coming up.
Plus, a new truck stop in Grandview is already drawing attention and new business interest. We have how it's helping put the community on the map. All the details coming up in your next half hour. But first, your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, an update on NASA's moon mission. NASA believes it will be able to repair a fuel leak without moving the rocket. Artemis 2 was set to launch as early as this weekend, but the launch has been rescheduled for the second week of March while the repair is made. French prosecutors say they've raided the Paris offices of X, formerly known as Twitter, and they're seeking a voluntary interview with Elon Musk. It's part of an investigation into the platform's algorithms over allegations that it gives prominence to certain political content. The founders of Fitbit have launched a new startup. It's called LeFou, and it's focused on the health of families as opposed to individuals. It uses AI to collect and organize your family's health information. They say it can be used as a tool for caregivers managing aging parents and their kids. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Sophie Flay. Have a great day.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I did not check just how permanent my body paint was.
Your student body president, Stephen Long.
Checking Allstate first was a great idea. Not checking if the body paint was permanent, not my finest moment. Yeah, check Allstate first. You can save hundreds. Rock chalk.
Be the one thing that can change everything. Be bold. Be authentic. In a world where you can be anything. Be love. Be love. Be love. Be love. Pandora.
Don't let congestion take over. Afrin-Notrin. Wow, ridiculously fast nasal congestion relief. The wow is real. And now try new drug-free Afrin Saline.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Wednesday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Josh Colbert.
The fog.
The fog.
Is fogging.
It is. It is fogging outside.
It's your favorite thing to forecast.
I love it. I say it with a lot of conviction
fog.
and confidence. Yeah, it's, there are all these little nooks and crannies in our viewing area, and so that can just make it very difficult to forecast.
It's one of those forecasts where you just have to look outside to see what's happening.
Look outside. Can you see anything?
And then
if
it
the
might
answer
change
is no,
like 5 feet later. And you're like,
yeah, it can be like neighborhood to neighborhood.
Yeah.
Sometimes. It's crazy stuff. Let's go ahead and talk about the fog, and also we have some shower chances as we head into this weekend. That should break up the foggy pattern, at least for the time being. But the temperature is not budging. They're going to continue to keep it pretty mild over the next 7 days. Right now, you're taking a look at some of the fog, or at the very least, some of those low-lying stratus clouds in Ellensburg. This view coming courtesy of our Central Washington Outdoor.com camera. You see the progress there at the rodeo grounds. And it looks like the thickest fog this morning at least for lower elevations, continues to be for the Kittitas Valley and also for the Blue Foothills. So far, so good for the Tri-Cities and the Yakima Valley. We'll see if that holds up throughout the rest of this morning. Right now, temperatures either in the 30s or 40s, doesn't matter if you're in the mountains, the valleys, the basin, or the foothills. We're at 34 for the Tri-Cities, 37 for Ellensburg, and 41 for Yakima. Speaking of Yakima, here's your hourly forecast for this Wednesday. If the fog does develop, it's probably going to lift around 12 p.m. After that, going to be left over with mostly cloudy skies. So it's going to end up being a gloomy Wednesday, but it will be mild. Highs are going to get into the 40s and 50s, but we'll continue to track the fog over the next few days, coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Josh. We begin this half hour of news in Pasco, where the city council has approved an agreement that moves the city one step closer to opening a new aquatic center. During the Monday night meeting, council members voted on an updated interlocal agreement between the city and the Pasco Public Facilities District. The agreement allows the city to manage and operate the district's new aquatic center, which is expected to open later this year. City staff says that Pasco would serve as an initial operating partner for at least the first 3 years, helping to oversee daily operations, staffing, and safety. Now, while the Public Facilities District will retain ownership of the facility, city leaders say the partnership helps ensure a smoother opening and gives both organizations shared oversight moving forward.
Seconded by Councilmember Hernandez. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Nope.
The motion passes 6-1.
Now, with the agreement approved, staff will now work to finalize timelines and operational details as preparations continue ahead of the Aquatic Center's opening.
In your business news this morning, the city of Grandview has welcomed a new travel center, and it's quickly becoming more than just a place to get gas in your car. It's also emerging as a sign of growth in the community. Although the travel center has been open for a few weeks, this week marks the official opening of an Applebee's and IHOP at the site. It's a development local leaders say is about more than dining options, particularly ones that many community members previously had to drive to Yakima or the Tri-Cities to enjoy.
Just get some good eats, just be able to go out into our community and just have these name brand foods that we weren't always able to count on as much, you know, in small towns like this.
To me, this means I don't have to wake up early or drive through the snow to get breakfast.
Yeah, since there's Applebee's and IHOP here now, we're not having to go to Tri-Cities anymore, so I think it's more convenient since it's here in the Lower Valley.
Since the opening of the travel center, the Port of Grandview says a variety of businesses have already submitted information about potentially bringing their operations to the city. And keep it here, because coming up next, a league title, a top 4 state ranking, and momentum heading into districts. Coming up, how SELA is building towards a postseason run decades in the making. We're talking sports after the break.
And giving you a little bit of a foggy live look outside. This one from our Central Washington outdoor camera at the rodeo grounds in Ellensburg. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colworth will have another look at your forecast coming up after the break.
GMA this morning. Wake up with of course, on the morning of her big Muppet Show premiere, and nothing is off limits.
What? No. Where did you hear that?
This morning on
Good Morning America. That's it. We are done here.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. Because at Schweitzer, your best day can start in the village or at the summit and everywhere in between. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Check their new game day fit. Oh, snap! DirecTV got hot.
That's right. DirecTV is flexing with all those pro and college games at your fingertips. This ain't your dad's cable, son. It's couture.
Okay, thank you so much. I was about to say that. It's couture.
These hands create. All of the materials I work with dry out my hands. If my hands get really dry, I can't do my job. I depend on O'Keeffe's.
It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief.
If it works for these hands, it'll work for yours.
O'Keeffe's is hard-working skincare.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1-hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. A place where the views are as good as the company. And the skiing is as electric as the experience. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
Let's do it. Let's move in.
We're never gonna have to say goodbye ever again. Happy Valentine's Day.
Heard you're moving into my old apartment. You're my tenant now. Where's my money? That's not at all how that works.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We'll continue to be in this foggy pattern through Friday. At least that's what it looks like for now. Let's go ahead and take another look at the current fog that's currently on the map. And it looks as if the Kittitas Valley and the Bluefoot Hills are still seeing the worst of it, at least in terms of the lower elevations, but definitely some pretty big stuff up towards Snoqualmie Pass. So far, so good for the Yakima Valley and the Tri-Cities, but again, we'll see about that. Where the fog does end up developing for this morning, we're thinking for the most part it should lift around lunchtime, but for the Bluefoot Hills, if yesterday was any indication, looks as if the fog's going to hang around for much of the day. And then for tomorrow, we're pretty much just going with the exact same thing. Around 12 p.m. is when it should lift for most lower elevation spots, but for the Bluefoot Hills, again, it could last all throughout the day. This is subject to change. As I always say, fog is very difficult to forecast around these parts around this time of the year. Okay, let's go ahead and take you on that zone-by-zone tour of this Wednesday forecast, starting off in the Cascades, where we're going to end up in the 40s. Should be a foggy day throughout much of the day, or cloudy at the very least. We'll also see the same thing for the Kittitas Valley, where highs are going to end up in the mid-40s, right around 50 in the Yakima Valley. And then for the Lower Columbia Basin, also right around 50 degrees. For the Bluefoot Hills, kind of the same thing. And then for the Blue Mountains, this is actually going to be our warmest microclimate. Look at Ukiah, within a stone's throw of 60 degrees, which is well above normal for this time of the year. But it does look like this pattern is going to break apart just a little bit as we reintroduce some of those shower chances as we head into this weekend. So I'll touch on those shower chances and I'll tell you why our pattern might be breaking down. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
541, thanks, Josh. For the first time in 5 years, the Selah boys basketball team has clinched their conference title.
Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable has more on the resurging Vikings.
The Selah boys basketball team is turning into a powerhouse program. Currently ranked 4th in Washington among 2A schools, the Vikings won the CWAC for the first time under third-year head coach Jordan Starr.
It just feels good as a program that we're establishing, being able to win districts and, being there in the end. And, I think we're just building a reputation that we play tough, we play unselfish basketball, we enjoy each other, and when you do those things, the results, usually pan out in the right way.
After going 500 in Starr's first year as coach, last season Selah made the state semifinals and have brought that momentum into this season.
I was led by lots of seniors last year, so I kind of just took the role this year and just moved the guys along with me, and we're just hoping for the best. We're going to do our thing every night. And
although the district tournament doesn't start until next week, Selah is treating all of their remaining games like playoff games.
So this is postseason play. We talked about it. This week was postseason play. It's to the end, so we have to be better. We have to take care of the basketball. We got to communicate. We got to do all the things.
Selah's latest game came against Prosser, a rematch of last year's state semifinals that saw Prosser advance to the title game. This time around, Selah would get the last laugh.
Tonight's game was fun. Obviously, we've had rivals with them in the past, so it means a lot to come out here and beat them. And yeah, I'm just proud of our guys and just doing what we do our best. So.
Turning the corner into postseason play, Selah aims for their first state title since 1963, which was 25 years prior to the three-point line being added to high school basketball. In Selah, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
And Selah has one regular season game left against Ellensburg.
And then it's to the district tournament where they have clinched the #1 seed.
Good luck.
Yay. And keep it here because coming up next, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Josh is back with your full First Alert weather forecast. It's all coming up in just a few minutes.
Life moves fast. At Frechette Winery, we invite you to slow it down and savor the moment. Join us on Red Mountain for bold, flavorful red wines, a welcoming vibe, and experiences meant to be shared, from relaxed tastings to unforgettable wine and dinner events. Located just minutes from Benton City in West Richland, we're open daily, noon to 5. Come for the wine, stay for the warmth, experience the Frechette vibe. Great wine brings people together, and we'd love to welcome you to Frechette.
Life happens. Lucky for you, ICCU has a new kind of checking account that comes with benefits, including 24/7 telehealth.
Wait, through my ICCU checking account?
On it.
Along with a whole lot of other benefits you might need. Because being human is a full-time job.
Okay, bye.
I met a cute poodle outside.
Oh, really?
She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free. That can't be true.
Sure it is. When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free.
Free?
Yeah. You don't pay us a penny unless we win for you.
That's doggone crazy.
Hello? Yeah, sure. That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Another day, same pain, same meds, same struggling for symptom relief. Injections like Humira and Enbrel work similarly to treat moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis or psoriatic arthritis. But if your symptoms haven't improved enough, Rinvoq works differently. It's a once-daily pill that can rapidly relieve RA and PSA joint pain, stiffness, and swelling, as fast as 2 weeks for some. Even after 3 years, many people felt this relief. In PSA, Rinvoq can leave skin noticeably clearer.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Do something different. Ask your doctor if switching to Rinvoq is right for you.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We could see some shower chances for this weekend. It doesn't look like we're going to get a lot in the way of accumulating rainfall, but at least it's going to be something. And this is going to be the culprit. This storm system that's way off in the Pacific right now and still over the Pacific Northwest, we're dealing with these areas of high pressure that are shielding us from any active weather. If these weren't here, then this atmospheric river would end up impacting us, but unfortunately, it will not. So here are those precip chances over the next 7 days for the Tri-Cities. And you can see a little chance of a shower for Saturday. Sunday is going to be the big day, about a 50-50 chance of some rainfall and kind of trailing off after that into Monday and Tuesday. Me personally, I wish these were all like 80%, 90%. That's how badly we need the rain. We especially need the snowfall up in the mountains. So here is what we're expecting in terms of snowfall with this storm system as we head into the weekend, into next week, 4 a.m. on Sunday to 4 a.m. next Wednesday. 2 to 3 inches for White Pass and Snoqualmie Pass, maybe a few more inches for Oregon 204 at Tollgate. Yeah, folks, we definitely need a lot more, but pass travel shouldn't be too heavily impacted as we head into the weekend. Despite the pattern breaking down just a little bit, the temperatures aren't going to budge that much at all. So here's what it's going to look like for today: 40s and 50s, not just for lower elevations, but also up into the mountains. And then for tonight, we're going to drop down mostly into the 30s. There are some portions of southern Umatilla County that could be stuck in the low 40s. And then, like I said, high temperatures not budging that much at all over the next 7 days. If anything, they'll trend just subtly warmer. Looks like the warmest days for the Tri-Cities is going to be Sunday and Monday. At this point, will be about 9 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. And then those overnight lows going to bounce anywhere between 32 to 41. 41 degrees on Saturday night. That's about 10 to 15 degrees warmer than normal for a night at the beginning or early part of February. So big takeaway: Forecast not as wet as we wished, and the mild temperature is going to continue. So here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Foggy to mostly cloudy through Friday. Then rain chances start back up this weekend. For Yakima, highs staying steady around 50 degrees, but maybe some rain to look forward to Saturday through Monday. For Ellensburg, rain looking likely on Sunday with small rain chances for Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday. And then for Hermiston, foggy, gloomy, dry, and mild through Saturday, then maybe shaking things up by Sunday. And finally for Walla Walla, it looks as if the fog and clouds aren't going anywhere over the next few days, but a slightly different pattern by the weekend.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 5:50, and we start with the top 5 local things you need to know this morning in your morning sprint. Kennewick police investigating a deadly stabbing that happened late Monday night. Officers were called to the parking lot in the 3000 block of West Kennewick Avenue around 9:30 for a reported disturbance. When they got there, they found 26-year-old Al Jabori suffering from stab wounds. Officers provided medical aid, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. Officers then arrested 27-year-old Abdullah Hussein. Investigators saying the people involved knew each other, and Major Crimes is continuing to investigate. Anyone with information is asked to contact police.
And workers at the MultiCare Yakima Memorial Hospital are now entering their 3rd week on strike, and the two sides will have a 3rd bargaining session. Union leaders say they're working to regain lost benefits, and in a statement sent to us, MultiCare says it's encouraged by some progress made during negotiations, but they say significant issues still remain. Officials also say the hospital will stay fully staffed and open as these talks continue.
And a hearing scheduled for this morning on a bill that would limit where sexually violent predators can be placed in Washington communities. Senator Vicky Torres encouraging residents to vote or to sign in pro for Senate Bill 6339 ahead of the hearing in the Senate Human Services Committee. The proposal would tighten rules governing less restrictive alternative homes, LRAs. Now, neighbors concerned about those placements say they plan to attend and speak out. That hearing starts at 8 a.m.
And Pasco City Council has approved an updated interlocal agreement with the Public Facilities District. The agreement allows the city to manage and operate the district's new aquatic center, which is expected to open later this year. City staff says Pasco would serve as the initial operating partner for at least the first 3 years, overseeing daily operations, staffing, and safety policies. While the district will retain ownership, leaders say the partnership helps ensure a smoother opening, and staff will now work to finalize timelines and other details.
3, 2, 1. And that was the scene in Grandview, a new travel center quickly becoming a symbol of growth for the community. While the site has been open for several weeks, this week marked the official opening of both an Applebee's and an IHOP. Local leaders say the additions bring dining options that many residents previously didn't have. Now they can enjoy them in town without leaving. And since the travel center opened, the Port of Grandview says several businesses have already submitted information about potentially bringing operations to the area, signaling increased interest in the community's future.
In your national headlines this morning, the man charged with killing Charlie Kirk was back in a Utah state court yesterday. The defense team for 22-year-old Tyler Robinson wants the prosecutor's office removed from the case. They allege there's a conflict of interest, and that's because a prosecutor's 18-year-old child was in the crowd at Utah Valley University when Kirk was shot. The county attorney's office denies a conflict of interest. It says the adult child did not see the shooting or anybody with a gun.
And in more national headlines this morning, the search continues for Today's Show anchor Savannah Guthrie's 84-year-old mother, Nancy. Guthrie's family reported Nancy missing Sunday. On Tuesday, sheriff's officials said investigators were working through any data that might be available about a pacemaker. Pima County Sheriff also speaking out about samples of DNA from the home. Meanwhile, at least 2 outlets, including a TV station in Tucson, reported that they've received what appears to be a ransom note. In a post on X, the Sheriff's Department said it was aware of the reports involving possible ransom notes in the case, adding in a statement that there was, quote, no credible information indicating that this was a targeted incident. And switching over to business now, where a new study from Lending Tree found that home buyers in the U.S. are paying nearly 37% more than renters each month. That difference is greater in some cities like San Francisco, Bridgeport, Connecticut, even in New York, where mortgages can run between $3,200 to $4,000 plus each month. Renting in those cities is close to $1,600 cheaper per month. On the other side of the spectrum, cities like Phoenix, Arizona, Orlando, Florida, and Columbia, South Carolina have a small gap between rent and mortgage costs.
In your health headlines, Costco is recalling some bakery items over an undeclared allergen. The company said its caramel-filled mini beignets were accidentally packaged with chocolate hazelnut. That means they could pose serious risk to those with an allergy to tree nuts. And the products were sold in more than 20 states, including right here in Washington. And that's between January 16th and January 20th. And in more health news, a common treatment for menopause symptoms is getting harder to find. Estrogen patches provide hormone replacement therapy, and manufacturing issues, brand discontinuations, and rising demand are causing the shortages. The FDA also removed a warning label on the product last fall, leading to an increase in prescriptions. And some women are driving miles to find the patches in stock, and others are shelling out hundreds of dollars a month to switch to brands their insurance won't cover.
5:55 in your sports headlines this morning. Seattle Kraken skated to a dominant home win last night, topping the Washington Capitals 5-1. After a scoreless first period, Kraken taking control in the second, netting 3 unanswered goals and setting the tone for the rest of the night. Seattle staying aggressive in the third, adding 2 more goals while limiting Washington's chances. Strong defense held the Capitals to just 1 goal, sealing a convincing win in front of the home crowd. Kraken wrapping up their 6-game homestand tomorrow night when they host Toronto.
Trending now this morning, a zoo in Des Moines, Iowa is getting into the fun of the Super Bowl countdown by having some of its residents pick the winner.
Probably just as easy for them to do as they pick the forecast, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Hey, have Punxsutawney.
And I'm sure it's accurate, too.
Exactly. So on Tuesday, the Blank Park Zoo let its African lions make their prediction. Deuce and Zarina. Here they are. They had their choice of 2 barrels, each adorned with the logos of the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. Deuce walking up to the barrels first, but decided to take a break and defer.
He deuced. He said deuces.
He said deuces. Because I'm not getting in on this.
That's when Zarina stepped in and made her pick. The Seahawks.
We like Zarina.
Let's go, Zarina.
This might be a prediction worth banking on.
And the zoo's animals have been correct nearly 80% of the time over the years. And the Seahawks and Patriots face off in Santa Clara, California on Super Bowl
Let's go.
80% of the time.
That's pretty good.
What's Punxsutawney Phil's accuracy rate?
I think it's 35%. It's somewhere around there.
I love how fast you knew that. I'll be like, he's not accurate.
I wake up, I get up out of bed in the morning, I just start hating on Phil.
Yeah.
Yours is 100%, right?
It's not really, but you would have a better chance of predicting by just flipping a coin. So take that, rodent.
Yeah. Fight the power.
Don't fight the lion, though.
No.
I think it'll tear you up. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up at our 6 o'clock hour, a small city in Oregon seeing big returns on years of investment. How new sidewalks, safer streets, and a planned splash park are shaping Oregon's future. We have that story coming up.
Plus, a social media giant turns 20 today. How a college experiment grew into a platform used by billions, and why its influence is still growing.
I feel so old.
I do too.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
I feel it too, and that might be the weather, Josh. Be tracking.
Yes, we are tracking some fog. You can see kind of that glow in the street lights. It looks like the fog's trying to get down to the Tri-Cities, but I'll tell you where we're actually seeing it and what else we can expect as we round out the work week. So that's going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.